year, last day of work for me. No more auctions, no more conferences, no more coaching, no more consulting. All my commitments to corporations and clients cease today. We got a big workshop in the Northern Beaches where we're going to be talking about social media. And I've got Gordon with me, my videographer. We're going to stop and have a cup of coffee in a moment. And I always say, you win the first hour, you win the day. Remember that. You win the first hour, you win the day. Having a morning ritual is super critical. But you know why I'm pumped, Gordon? I'll tell you why I'm pumped. I'm pumped because with everything that's happened this year, my own treatment, which we wiped off 3-4 months, my brother's passing, you know what? We hit budget. Why? Because it's 4 days before Christmas and we're still hustling. Mate, can I ask you, Fred, you sent me a text message with your calls that you did. How many calls did you do the other day?
So today's Tuesday. Yesterday I did 225 calls. And today, so far, we're almost getting to the end of the day. I've done 105 calls.
Okay, can I ask you, what the calls that you're doing at the moment, like this last week, the week leading into Christmas, this is the last week. Who do you ring and what are you saying?
So generally, I'm just calling people, that I've met throughout the year at open homes that I've got in a database, and just finding out if they've bought or not, so that I can come into the new year with a fit database, a clean database of people that are looking still to buy and that are motivated to buy, versus still sending people things next year that have bought that, sending them things that are irrelevant, so I can have it all fresh and effective for the new year.
Like Marcus Chimenello says, a fit database, not a fat database. And what you're doing is you're working out all these people that are hanging in there with names and emails and numbers, and you've got no idea. Half the agents don't know why the fuck they're in there in the first place.
That's right. I don't want to be, listing, I've got properties that are going to be coming on first quarter of next year, January, February. I'm going to be calling buyers to get them to open homes. I don't want to be having to waste my time next year calling people that may have already bought. I want to get that done as much as I can now, and then the new year, know the list of people are people that actually still want to buy.
Legend. Freddie, talk later.
Tommy, done. See you, Tom.
Bye. What's your first name again?
Jeff.
Jeff, this guy here, by the way, guys and girls, we've just had a car accident. He's an Uber driver. He's a top bloke, right? He was very patient, not stressing out, right? Taking us to our appointment. Like, I didn't need this like 2 days before Christmas or whatever we are. But this guy here just goes to show kindness, and that's why we're going to give you a 7 out of 5 rating. It doesn't exist with Uber. Man, I sometimes feel so guilty. I've got over it. I used to feel guilty because I look at my dad waking up at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, working for not a lot of money. He worked at a factory. And then you think to yourself, he slaved that for 20, 25 years he did that. And then you come along and you get a better job because you had a little bit of better education, a bit of luck go your way. And then you think to yourself, I'm working less, or not less necessarily, but the work is not as hard, right? For more money. And you think to yourself, shit, there's a great saying. Someone's sitting under a shade today because someone planted a tree 20 years ago.
Well, that's right. But you're conscious of it, so you give thanks. If your dad is still around, you can say thanks, Dad. That'll mean the world to him.
It's a hard thing to do for some reason. It's hard to explain. It's difficult to have those conversations with people you're close with. But I know 100%. I think about it. I'm mindful.
You know what? If you have that difficult conversation, it won't be the most difficult thing you've ever done in your life.
Mate, this Uber driver here, he's a psychologist. Were you a psychologist before?
Well, let's say I've been around the block a couple of times.
But you just said something profound. It's difficult at the start, but once it's done, it's not going to be so difficult.
That's right.
Everything's hard before it's easy.
I'm so pumped to be here today because this agency, Novak, got Most Innovative Agency of the Year 2018 from REB. The reason why I like REB is they are truly a third-party independent. No one pays them, no one's giving them money, right? And I've got to say to yourselves, you've got to give yourselves a big Give yourself a big clap on the back, right? Because I tell you, right, it's been a hard year, right? Well done. Hayden's just joined real estate, came out of, where'd you come out of?
Media.
Media, that's right, media. Okay. How was your year?
Amazing.
Extraordinary? Okay. Gang, today, what are we going to do? We're going to cover for you what I think, and you know what I like about this agency? I said, is today or tomorrow your last day? Lisa said to me, no, we're not closing, right? We're not closing, which means that you're going to be able to do a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about. So,
wow, so we're leaving Novak's now in DY. What a day, Gordon, what a fucking day. What happens is we leave home, we're bloody filmed in the accident, airbags go off, leave the car, end up coming off doing this 3-hour session, plus shooting a great video, which I want all our gym members to see. But gang, one of the messages that's come out of today is this. You've got to understand that you'll have shit that happens in your day, right? Today's bigger than most days, right? I don't know what my car is, whether it's a write-off or what, but I know that I'm not going to have a car probably now for a month. But here's the story. Some people have shit that happens and it's a speed hump. Some people have shit that happens and it's a dead end. And it's important that you understand, don't sweat the small stuff, because at the end of the day, it's all small stuff. If we think about it, we still got everything done. Our training was supposed to start at 10 o'clock. It started at 10:30. We ended up finishing all our video content, ended up doing our interviews, ended up doing a great session, which was New Year, New You, how to design a year of magnificence, not a year of accidents, which is a great time. This is what you should be doing, preparing for the best year of your life. And 2019 doesn't start in 2019. It starts now as this video is being filmed, the last week before Christmas in 2018. But the message to everyone is this. At the end of the day, shit's gonna happen. Certain things are in your control, certain things aren't in your control. What you do, you focus on the controllables and you don't catastrophize. You don't turn around and say, hey, well, we can't go on with the show. Man, I can tell you, when shit happens, you adjust, you adapt, and then you move forward. And always remember, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. See you in our next video vlog.